Hey everyone, Dom here and you're watching Freedom. Today is February 21st, 2016. My mouth is a little dry today. I woke up having slept with my mouth open, but it moistens back up. I just wanted to share today with you one of the most profound experiences I've ever had and one of the most exciting things I've ever experienced in a while, and that's about dry fasting. And it's still going on. It's 10:30, so that makes this hour 54 of my dry fast. And I've never done this before. That's why it's so different and just really exciting to me. I mean, I thought it was gonna be a lot different than this, you know? I still don't have any hunger. The only thing I've noticed is like when your mouth gets dry, if you just keep your mouth closed, it moistens right back up pretty quickly. The only difficulties I've had with it is that when I'm sleeping, you know, sometimes I tend to sleep with my mouth open, so it gets pretty dry. I really didn't know what to expect going into this, but from what I was expecting, it's a lot different. I kind of was expecting to go into this and have some deep emotions, you know, brought up, like unresolved traumas and emotions that are kept inside. You know, they store in us, in our joints and in our fat, you know, because water holds memories. But yeah, none of that happened. I was expecting some emotional release, like in the form of crying and whatnot, but none of that happened. The only time I did tear up is when yesterday, around the 40th hour, I was outside sun gazing for about an hour, and it was such a beautiful day out, and I was just saying all my positive affirmations, and I did my sun salutation when the sun went down, sealed in my intentions, you know, that I'm doing this for healing and, you know, to rediscover my true potential, because I believe, you know, we're all innately breatharians, whether we believe it or not. Our bodies are capable of so much more than we know. And when I was done with that, then I flipped my lounge chair around after I was sitting out here watching all the birds come in for, you know, to roost in their little island sanctuary behind me. And I was just so grateful for it was such a beautiful day. And then I noticed the moon was out, so I was like, oh shit, I'll just flip my lounge chair around and I'll lunar gaze. So I lunar gazed for about an hour, and while I was doing that, I was just reflecting on my journey so far and how grateful I am for all of the wisdom I've been coming on to in the past couple of years since I've been a raw vegan, and just how easily everything is, you know, unfolding for me and how easy everything can be. And then, you know, and I'm so grateful to have found God in all of this. And that's when I just broke down a little bit and some tears came out, and I was just like so grateful, you know, just overwhelmed with gratitude. But that was the only emotional release I had. Other than that, I was expecting to be a lot more achy and have some muscle stiffness or pains that I would have to deal with some like yoga, but none of that really came up. I didn't do any yoga. I did some just kind of floor stretching, whatever I felt like when I woke up and stuff. Before going into this, lately my average meal has been just a single cantaloupe. I usually blend half of it in the morning in my Vitamix blender pretty good, and I drink that down, and sometimes that's enough, and sometimes I come back later and I drink the other half, but that's about it. And so going into this, I did, you know, a solid melon of juice. I actually juiced it this time in my little Jack LaLanne juicer. Then the next day, I did a urine looping. I was drinking 90% of my own urine, blood plasma, what have you. And I also drank one little, I don't know, 10-ounce bottle of kombucha tea. And then the next day I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, you know, I'm gonna dry fast. The two main breatharians I'm following lately, which is Akai and Ray Mayor. I mean, I really like their programs. They have an 8-day and a 10-day transitional process, and I wanted to see what I could do on my own. So I kind of modeled this fast after their program. So far, it's been easy. It's been good. I feel good. I got energy. I'm not gonna go run a 10K marathon or climb a mountain or anything, but I mean, you know, I could function. I'm just taking it easy because this is all new to me, you know? So I've just been the first 24 hours, and this is what I did. I just laid down. I slept through most of it if I could, or if I didn't, I just laid there with my eyes closed and in the sun. And Yeah, I sunbathed for about 2 hours nude outside. I didn't get to sun gaze that day because the clouds were blocking it. The first 24 hours, I had a lot of thoughts going through my mind, and the first night, no hunger, but like just a little bit of thirst maybe. And I was like, I'm just gonna play it out, you know, see how I feel and go accordingly. If I need to drink, I'll drink, you know, it's just that simple. But I woke up the next day and I was like, wow, you know, my mouth is still moist. There's no sign of hunger. And I mean, I feel good. So I just kept going. I stayed positive through the whole thing. You know, I did a lot of positive affirmations, and I didn't really do any breathing meditations or exercises or anything like that. And I was planning on doing that, but I don't know, I just felt like resting a lot. I would breathe deep whenever I remembered to, which wasn't too much, surprisingly. I did spend a lot of time outdoors and just watching positive YouTube videos, stuff like that. The second day, like 40 hours in, I would say I hit a point where I've heard some people refer to it like Eckhart Tolle, where it's a state of being. Your mind is so clear, like you have so much clarity. There's no thoughts that you don't put there. And it was almost like I was taking the opportunity to fill the void with positive affirmations, but if I didn't do that, I literally had no thought. Like, it was just clear and just blissful, just peaceful. I was just, I was so grateful for everything, you know what I mean? And just blissing out to every little thing, like from little bugs crawling on the ground, the wind, the sky, the sun, the moon, the birds, the sounds of nature. And it was just peaceful. Like, I've never really experienced such comfortable, satisfying peace. At the start of this, I was 150 pounds. Every day I dropped about 3.5 pounds, and today I've officially dropped 10 pounds. And it's like your body enters a state of ketosis, and it just goes into pure fat burning mode. Like, it gets rid of everything. And I was saving a lot of my blood plasma to do an enema today or something, but I don't know, it's so dark yellow and orange that I was just like, I don't really feel like I need to. I feel like, you know, I'm discovering that my body is capable of doing everything on its own. It's producing its own liquid. It's getting rid of everything. I'm still urinating, like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times a day. Not as much as I usually do. It clears up towards the end of the day, but in the morning it's pretty golden. And I don't know. I didn't feel like doing it, so I just dumped it all. But I did save a lot of it in the beginning. I'm trying to cut out olive oil and all that stuff from my diet now and just go mostly 80-10-10, because that's when I feel the best, is when I juice. Like, not even eating raw fruit, it's just juicing the fruit. No pulp, no nothing. You just need the liquid, I think. But I don't even, doing this now, I don't think you need any of that. It's more beyond that. But now it's like, I know that I could just eat for taste and pleasure instead of nutritional needs. Yeah, back to the dry fast. I mean, my teeth are like really clean. I dry brushed them like 3 times, like in the morning, you know, once every morning. I didn't shower. I didn't do any enemas. I was planning on doing enemas along this whole thing, but I never really felt like I wanted to, and I wanted to really just see what my body could do without, because some of the water would get absorbed through your colon, and I didn't want to cheat. And it's been amazing. I feel like I could keep going. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I might break my fast with some cantaloupe and kale juice, or go buy a coconut, because I've been thinking about coconuts a bit, and I always watch everybody end their fast with coconuts, and I think that it's one of the most hydrating things for the body. But yeah, it's been a journey, and I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I'm just so grateful and humble, and I will definitely do this again. If not, every time I do it, I'm going to try and go longer until I can consider myself a real breatharian, but it's amazing. Disclaimer, I am not a health practitioner. I don't recommend any of this. I'm just sharing you my experience as a experimentational 25-year-old on a raw vegan diet. And I'm not responsible for anything you do, but it's been amazing. And thank you for watching. Namaste.